On this day in history, September 19th, 1676, Jamestown is burned to the ground by the forces of Nathaniel Bacon during Bacon's Rebellion. Included in the following is an excerpt from the 1944 edition of the Encyclopedia Britannica going over the history of the town. Jamestown, a former village in what is now James City County, Virginia, USA, on Jamestown Island, in the James River, about 40 miles above Norfolk. It was here that the first permanent English settlement in America was founded on May 14, 1607, that representative government was inaugurated on the American continent in 1619, and that Negro servitude was introduced into the original 13 colonies also in 1619. In Jamestown was the first Anglican church built in America. The settlement was in a low, marshy district which proved to be unhealthy. It was accidentally burned in January 1608 and was almost completely destroyed by Nathaniel Bacon in September 1676. The State House and other buildings were again burned in 1698, and after the removal of the seat of government of Virginia from Jamestown to the Middle Plantations, now Williamsburg, in 1699 the village fell rapidly into decay. Its population had never been large. It was about 490 in 1609 and 183 in 1623. The mortality was always very heavy. By the middle of the 19th century, the peninsula on which Jamestown had been situated had become an island, and by 1900 the James River had worn away the shore but had hardly touched the territory of the New Town, 1619, immediately east of the first settlement. Almost the only visible remains, however, were the tower of the brick church and a few gravestones. In 1900, the Association for the Preservation of Virginia Antiquities, to which the site was deeded in 1893, induced the U.S. government to build a wall to prevent the further encroachment of the river. The foundation of several of the old buildings have since been uncovered, and in 1907 there were erected a brick church, which is as far as possible as a reproduction of the fourth one built in 1639-47. A marble shaft marking the site of the first settlement, another shaft commemorating the first house of Burgesses, a bronze monument to the memory of Captain John Smith, and another monument to the memory of Pocahontas. The founding at Jamestown of the first permanent English-speaking settlement in America was celebrated in 1907 by the Jamestown Tercentennial Exposition, held on the grounds at Sewell's Point, on the shore of Hampton Roads. About 20 foreign nations, the federal government, and most of the states in the Union took part in the exposition.